November 5th, 2001 saw the start of the Dalit people walking away from Hinduism. Since that initial event, only our wildest dreams could have seen what was coming. While the event itself was significant, what has happened since has been truly a spiritual breakthrough. Tens of thousands nailed their colours to the mast at the event in 2001. The impact since has affected millions. Dalits, the outcasts of society, untouchables, people whose very shadow was considered contaminating. For 3,500 years, they had accepted the role that Hinduism had assigned them. This was their karma, a just punishment for the sins committed in former lives. They made their way to the capital to publicly disown the religion that had for so long rejected them. Authorities tried to discourage the Dalit gathering. Hundreds of thousands were stopped at state borders. Newspapers and posters announced that the rally had been cancelled, and threats of violence multiplied from extremist Hindu groups. But still they came. India's outcast Dalits comprise of nearly 1/3 of the whole population, a mass of 300 million men, women and children, granted few human rights. Dalit, the self-chosen name derived from a word meaning crushed or downtrodden, are commonly refused entry to public parks, temples, barber shops, and even use of public wells is denied them. And many hotels keep separate glasses for their use. Even finding a place to bury their dead is a problem. Most live below the poverty line. Few Dalit women can read and write. Although the approximately 100,000 who crammed into the venue were only a fraction of the nation's oppressed, they were passionately aware that the event was a declaration of liberty for all Dalits.
I declare I will not die a Hindu. I will die something else than a Hindu.
Today this land has taken a bold step. Today we are reborn, declared their leader Ram Raj. Raj allowed his head to be shaved as part of the conversion ceremony. He also led the way on changing his first name, which was associated with the Hindu god. While initially there was a symbolic turning to Buddhism, since there's been a tremendous spiritual openness for which the evangelical Christians were well prepared. Rejection of idol worship, together with a unilateral acceptance found in Christ's teachings, has resulted in a remarkable growth in the church in India. Dr. Joseph D'Souza, president of the All India Christian Council, was one of the 3 Christian leaders asked to speak at the rally.
All of us Christians who are in this country and around this world, we love you, we care for you, and we want to serve you. The reason we love you is because Jesus also loves you, and Jesus has asked us to love you and to come and bring His love to you.
Dalit leaders requested help from the All India Christian Council in establishing schools and educational centres. The AICC, a body which represents many organisations and churches throughout India, has already put in place hundreds of schools, centres and churches and plan to establish many more. Operation Mobilisation India is committed to the launching of primary schools under the leadership of the AICC. The work has already started in a few places.
Part of this Dalit solidarity, Christian Dalit solidarity, has been the request of the Dalits to come and do Christ's mission among them in a holistic way. And the church has responded and said, yes, we will come.
The Dalit people have often lived in appalling conditions. A large earthquake devastated many ramshackle communities. OM has played a key role in rebuilding, with housing programs for these Dalit communities. Despite aid being available to some, OM chose to work amongst the needy and rejected who a year after the earthquake were only just starting to be housed. With experience in managing large projects, OM is ideally situated to move ahead to provide educational centres. Pray with us as broken lives are restored both physically and spiritually. Pray for the people of India at this time of change.
मेरे मंदिर में